Hello everybody, my name is Sniping Spun, and I welcome all of you back to the next character I'm going to talk about in this long-running series of various newcomer ideas for the upcoming Smash Bros. Game on Nintendo Switch, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And as mentioned in the last character I did a video on, it's character number 62, the Federation Force Soldier from Metroid Prime Federation Force. This time we're going to be diving back, once again, into the world of the fighting game franchises, and talking about yet another SNK character number 63, and you should be able to tell by the thumbnail when I change it, the name of the video, blah blah blah. The basic thumbnail will probably have this showing: Terry Bogard from the King of Fighters and Fatal Fury franchise. So, King of Fighters, Terry Bogard, Fatal Fury, all the different types of artwork he's had over the years since the inception of the franchise. Why does he make sense to get in? Why should he be in? Why should he be represented? Why should SNK pick him over Rock, or Geese, or Marco Rossi, or any other franchises, or who the heck else ever? I don't know, and I really don't. But I'm joking. I'm really joking. I have reasons. So, like, why does the character make sense to get in? And that, like I said, that's the first category of 3 separate categories. Why does the character make sense to get in? Percentage chance I can see him again, which is the third one, and moveset ideas. I'm doing this all out of order because I'm kind of tiring myself from doing these videos consecutively, one right after the other, instead of taking small breaks. Okay, so Terry Bogard. Let's get this started. Why does Terry Bogard make sense to get in? Well, first and foremost, SNK has been supporting Nintendo with the Switch for pretty much since the start of the franchise. Since the launch of the system. Yes, it's been mostly with releasing all their old arcade games on the eShop, but SNK is probably one of the biggest third-party supporters of Nintendo at this moment, and that goes a long way with trying to get a character in Smash Bros. Sometimes. And their franchises have been on Nintendo for the longest time, since the NES, since the Super Nintendo, in terms of King of Fighters and Fatal Fury. Yeah, Super Nintendo. I grew up playing the Fatal Fury games on the Super Nintendo. I remember renting a game and becoming a super big fan of Terry Bogard. He was such a cool character. And it's been around. It has a long-standing history with Nintendo. The games, Fatal Fury and King of Fighters, have been on Nintendo for quite a long time. And not just those franchises, but SNK has been supporting Nintendo with their franchises for quite a long time. It's one of the longest-running game companies to really support them. I know SNK used to have their own Neo Geo and their own systems, but they put a lot of their games on their systems as well. And Nintendo was probably one of the biggest companies they supported. So, yeah, there you go. So basically, SNK is heavily supporting the system. Even with arcade games, they're probably going to do more of their games later on, like main new games. And their franchises, fighter franchises or otherwise, have been on Nintendo for pretty much since the beginning of time, since at least the 90s. And those are specifically why SNK deserves the character itself. Now, in terms of Terry Bogard, 2 reasons. He's been the main character of the series, the most relevant, most pushed character since the inception of Fatal Fury, because him and his brother Andy are 2 of the main characters of Fatal Fury. And when it comes to the King of Fighters, when he finally started getting added to King of Fighters and they started doing the King of Fighters franchise, he's one of the most prominent characters in that series as well. One of the most important main character-ish characters in that franchise as well. And to be fair, he technically is SNK's mascot. He is essentially SNK's Ryu, or in this case Ken, because he's American. So he is basically the equivalent of Ken and Ryu to them. He is a heavily pushed, popular character, probably one of the most popular characters they have out of all their franchises, especially King of Fighters and Fatal Fury. Yes, I feel he deserves to be the choice, even above Rock Howard. So, even though I think Rock Howard might be a smidge more interesting in the moveset department, small. But Terry Bogard has really interesting moveset too, so really it's about equal, if not, in favor of Terry Bogard. Well, look at this. It's Terry Bogard. If you guys grew up playing the franchise, or back then, you pretty much know what I'm talking about. So, makes sense. He's basically SNK's Ryu. He's pretty much the main character of the franchise. SNK has been supporting the Switch for a long time, and they've been supporting Nintendo for a long time. Their franchise has been on Nintendo for a long time. Not just King of Fighters and, Fatal Fury, the long-standing franchise, like all their franchises, Metal Slug, and their sports games, and collections of those games all over the place on the Wii and Wii U and whatever, Switch. So there you go, Terry Bogard. Moveset ideas. Now, doing a little bit of research on the specific fighting styles he knows, just like I did with Rock Howard, he basically does a mix of boxing, karate, kung fu, kickboxing, and street fighting. He kind of grew up on the streets, mostly trying to learn these styles. So he's a mixed player that he could boxing, punch, but he can also street fight and punching and kicking, kickboxing and karate and whatnot. He knows a mix of styles. So his smash attacks would be punches and kicks, striking-based moves, and mixed with those styles. If you play the game, just take the animations he does with his punches and his kicks and whatnot, and just throw it in the Smash Brothers. He punches, he kicks, he strikes opponents in a karate fashion, a kung fu fashion, street fighting, boxing, kickboxing, whatever. Multiple different fighting styles. Just give his Smash moves the striking. Just take his moveset from any of the King of Fighters or Fatal Fury games and transfer it over to Smash Brothers. It's not that hard. His special attacks is where he starts doing like his special long-ranged and special striking-based attacks. He basically knows how to gather chi, how to basically do chi-based, energy-based attacks. Like most fighting game characters, Ryu, and what the heck else ever. So yes, he won't be any different. He basically does chi-based, power-based. He gathers chi, he charges chi, and he does chi-based attacks. His most popular one being the Power Wave, or in this case, the Buster Wolf, where he punches the ground and erupts a great, it goes forward, a little energy wave erupts from the ground. It's like, if you guys don't know exactly what this is, I'm going to show you. He punches the ground, he's like, "Are you okay? Buster Wolf!" And then from the ground, it's like, and it travels forward. It comes out of the ground and travels forward. So it's like a ranged attack, but instead of being like the Hadouken and going forward, it hits the ground and goes forward from out underneath the ground, and it comes up and hits the opponent. So the Power Wave, the Buster Wolf. He also knows the Burning Knuckle, which is a fire energy charged punch. Maybe you can make it chargeable. Maybe you can make any of these attacks chargeable from there. You could charge up, and he's like, "Are you okay? Buster Wolf!" So the Buster Wolf will be chargeable. The Burn Knuckle will be chargeable. He does a move called the Crack Shoot, which is a jumping axe kick, but his leg is engulfed in energy, so it's energy. He jumps up, he's like, and his leg goes up. I can't do an axe kick, I'm sorry. His leg goes right up and smacks his opponent. He jumps up and he kicks his opponent with his energy surrounding his foot when he's kicking him. And he does a fire kick as well, where he engulfs his leg in flames. So that's basically the bulk of his moveset. Okay, so striking attacks, his smash attacks, striking-based punches and kicks based off karate, kickboxing, kung fu punching styles. His special attacks, all his chi gathering-based attacks, the Power Wave / Buster Wolf, Burn Knuckle, Crack Shoot, and the Fire Kick. And in terms of the final smash, I picked his ultimate attack from the newest King of Fire 14, which is the Star Dunk Volcano, which goes as follows, and I'll drop this picture again one more time. He punches the opponent in the air, so it's going to be like him dodging forward and punches the opponent up in the air. He then turns his baseball cap backwards, and he jumps up, and he fire punches them into the freaking ground explosion, and then maybe you can send him flying off the stage, because obviously it'll be elimination, and any opponent you gather, will probably be more than one opponent. You can eliminate more than one opponent if you gather opponents, and if they're all standing next to each other, but chances are they all dodge out of the way, you get one guy, I don't know. It'll be a cutscene based one, there you go. The Star Dunk Volcano. Be kind of cool, because it's kind of similar to what I did with the whatever Knuckle, or whatever the final smash I kind of gave to the ultimate attack I picked for Rock Howard too, so there's that. So that's his moveset, that's whatever. And then obviously maybe similar to like a Cloud, he'll have two different costumes. He'll have his basic standard, if you see right here, all of these are the red baseball cap, the short sleeveless red jacket, the ponytail, jeans, gloves, tennis shoes, whatever. His basic generic look, from Fatal Fury. He did change his look though in King of Fighters. He has like his hair grown out longer. He doesn't have the baseball cap, long brown jacket, jeans, and boots. I don't know if he has gloves still. I think he does. So make that his ultimate costume, like how Cloud has the basic Final Fantasy VII outfit and then his Advent Children. Fatal Fury, Terry Bogard, King of Fighters, Terry Bogard, and maybe you can make a small animation difference when he does the Star Dunk Volcano. He doesn't turn the baseball cap. He just punches the opponents in the air and then jumps up and does the fire punch. And he only does that if you do the basic Fatal Fury costume. Maybe it'll be a small change. I don't know. So that's it for the moveset. Now let's get on to percentage chance that I can see him actually getting in. It's probably not the best, but he's not the worst either. I think he's probably one of the highest in terms of SNK characters. But the chances of us getting an SNK character is not really the highest. The chances of us getting like a Konami character, another Capcom character, another Square character, an Ubisoft character and whatnot, I think those are a smidge bit higher. But I think SNK is like right in the category below them. SNK is possible to get a character, and I do think if there is an SNK character that's the best choice to put in the game, the best percentage chance to get in the game, it's him. But I'm going to say I'm going to give him a 55% chance. I gave Rock Howard a 45% chance, saying it's possible he'd be a cool addition. They could think of him, but he's not very likely. The same thing applies to Terry Bogard, but Terry Bogart's obviously more likely than Rock Howard ever will be. And if, SNK does ever get a character, it likely would be him if they want to represent their fighting games, unless they want to go to like their other franchises like Metal Slug or whatnot, which I don't think they would do. I think they would do a Fatal Fury King of Fighters character. But, like I said, he's the highest likely choice. I think they'd go for one of the top choices SNK would go for a character from their franchises. But I don't think an SNK character in general is very much all that likely. If they're possible, they're very possible. But it's like they're going to probably be outgunned by, Konami, Capcom, Square, Ubisoft, or some indie characters like Shantae and Shovel Knight. So, sorry to say, I'm giving a 50% chance, maybe as high as a 60. You can maybe raise it to a 60. In fact, let's just make it a 60, whatever, there we go. 60% chance. He's likely, he's probably one of the most likely SNK characters, but us getting an SNK character in general is not really all that likely. Okay, and that's it for the video. Put in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys want to see Terry Bogard in the game? Do you want to see a King of Fighters, Fatal Fury character in general at all? Put in the comments below. My reasons make sense. What reasons could you think to make sense for Terry Bogard or any character from the franchise? My moveset idea is good. What moveset idea would you give him? Final Smash different than the frickin' Star Dunk Volcano? And is 55% chance, 60% chance too high, too low? Just discuss it down there and we can have fun, whatever the heck else. And that's it for character number 63. And the next time I record some videos, I'm going to be starting off my character number 64 with a, well, I wouldn't say a big one in general, but a big one for fans of that franchise, especially because they've been on Nintendo 2 times, and the other game, the remake of the original, is coming to the Switch really soon, and that's Disgaea. And my 64th character is going to be Laharo. Let's have fun.